Every year, over 250,000 people mysteriously disappear without a trace. It's a chilling reality, one that we often overlook in the hustle and bustle of our daily lives. But for those affected, it's an unsettling nightmare that never seems to end. Imagine, if you will, waking up one day to find that a loved one has simply vanished, leaving behind nothing but unanswered questions and a void that can never be filled. This is the harsh reality that countless families around the globe are forced to confront each year. A son, a daughter, a friend, a sibling, or in this case a nun, simply vanishes into thin air. The phenomenon of unexplained disappearances is not just a figment of horror movies. It's a very real and deeply troubling aspect of our world. Now let us delve into a tale that typifies this unsettling reality. A story that has baffled investigators and gripped the public's imagination for years. Nestled in the heart of a small, isolated town is a humble convent. It's a place of worship, a sanctuary of peace and tranquility, or so it seemed. But beneath this facade of serenity lurks a chilling mystery. One of the nuns, a virtuous woman of deep faith and devotion, vanished without a trace. Her disappearance was as sudden as it was inexplicable. She was there one moment and the next, she was gone. No signs of struggle, no distress calls, just an empty room and a sense of foreboding that something was terribly wrong. Her fellow sisters were left in a state of shock and disbelief, unable to comprehend how one of their own could simply disappear. The local authorities were called in, but their investigation yielded nothing. It's as if she had been swallowed up by the earth itself. This is a story that continues to reverberate through the corridors of the convent, casting a long, dark shadow over the town. It's a story that has left a mark on those who knew the missing nun, a story that continues to haunt their dreams. One such case that continues to baffle investigators is the chilling tale of a missing nun. In the quiet town of St. Mary, a nun named Sister Abigail vanished without a trace. This tale is one of mystery shrouded in the ordinary. Sister Abigail, a figure of faith and devotion, led a life of quiet simplicity in the quaint town of St. Mary. Her days started with the first light of dawn as she diligently rose for morning prayers. A routine as predictable as the sun's rise and fall. Abigail was a woman of deep piety. Her devotion to her faith was unwavering, her love for her community unending. She spent her afternoons teaching the children of St. Mary, imparting not just the teachings of the Bible, but lessons of kindness, respect, and love for one another. She had a way with words, a knack for making even the most complex parables understandable to the eager young minds. Sister Abigail was not just a nun, but a confidant, a teacher, a beacon of hope. People from all walks of life sought her counsel, her comforting words, her wisdom. She was the heart of the community, the soul that kept it together. Her evenings were spent in quiet reflection, her prayers echoing through the hallowed halls of the church. The last to retire for the night, her soft footsteps and the gentle closing of her door were the final sounds before the town succumbed to the quiet of the night. Yet, one day, the routine was shattered. The morning prayers went unheard, the school bell rang empty, the confessions went unanswered. Sister Abigail was nowhere to be found. Her room untouched, her belongings undisturbed. It was as if she had simply vanished into thin air. The shockwave that ran through St. Mary was palpable. The heart of their community had disappeared, leaving a void that seemed impossible to fill. Questions buzzed through the town like a swarm of bees. How? Why? Where? But there were no answers, only silence. Her sudden disappearance left the townsfolk in a state of shock and fear. A fear that was just the beginning of a mystery that would soon turn their world upside down. The mystery deepened as investigators delved into the case. Our tale takes a turn towards the uncanny as we delve deeper into the enigma that is Sister Abigail's disappearance. With no concrete leads and a case growing colder by the day, the investigators found themselves in a labyrinth of confusion and uncertainty. The initial investigation was a whirlwind of activity. The local authorities, alongside a team of seasoned detectives, scoured every inch of the convent and the surrounding area. They interviewed everyone, from the oldest member of the congregation to the youngest novice. Every stone was turned, every piece of evidence scrutinized. The investigators' findings were puzzling, to say the least. Sister Abigail's personal belongings were left undisturbed in her quarters. Her holy scripture, her rosary, even her neatly folded habit. Everything was in its rightful place, as if she had simply vanished into thin air. The lack of solid leads was frustrating, but it was the strange occurrences that followed her disappearance that truly sent shivers down the spines of the townsfolk. There were whispers of flickering candlelight in the chapel late at night, of a spectral figure cloaked in black resembling a nun seen wandering the convent's corridors. The once serene town was now a cauldron of hushed whispers and fearful glances. It wasn't just hearsay either. The local baker swore that he had heard the tolling of the convent bell at the witching hour. The town librarian claimed to have seen the pages of religious texts flip on their own. Even the town sheriff, a no-nonsense man of law, admitted to feeling an eerie presence during his rounds near the convent. These incidents, while unsettling, were brushed aside by the investigators as the town's collective imagination running wild with fear. But as the days turned into weeks, the occurrences became more frequent, more tangible. It was as if Sister Abigail was reaching out from beyond, a spectral reminder of the mystery that had consumed the town. The town was plagued by a series of unexplainable events, all seemingly tied to Sister Abigail's disappearance. From the shadows of uncertainty, a chilling narrative was beginning to emerge, one that would soon turn into a haunting reality. Night after night, the town was tormented by strange phenomena. The once peaceful and serene town was now a stage for bizarre happenings. It all began with the inexplicable chill that seemed to seep into every corner, the kind that made your skin crawl and your breath hitch in your throat. Then there were the whispers, soft, barely audible murmurs that floated on the wind during the dead of the night. They were unintelligible, a sinister symphony of sounds that left the townsfolk with an uneasy feeling of being watched. But the most disturbing incidents were the sightings. Late-night wanderers reported seeing a ghostly figure, draped in a dark cloak, moving swiftly between the shadows. The figure bore an uncanny resemblance to Sister Abigail, the vanished nun. Her spectral form was often seen near the old church, the place where she had served faithfully for years. Then came the strange disruptions in the town's power grid, causing flickering lights and sudden blackouts. And the animals? They became restless, their disquiet evident in their erratic behavior and fearful cries. One evening, a chilling event cemented the town's fears. The town's oldest oak, a tree that had stood tall for centuries, suddenly withered overnight. Its leaves turned a sickly brown, and its once sturdy branches became brittle, as if life had been sucked out of it in an instant. A sense of unease settled over the town. Mothers held their children a little tighter. Doors were double-locked and windows were shuttered after sundown. The once lively town square was now deserted after sunset, the merry laughter and chatter replaced by a suffocating silence. Each strange occurrence seemed to be a piece of a terrifying puzzle, a puzzle that was slowly coming together, painting a picture too horrifying to comprehend. The town was no longer just dealing with the mysterious disappearance of a beloved nun. They were now caught in the grip of something they could not understand, something unseen, something malevolent. The town was gripped by an unshakable dread, a fear that something far more sinister was at play. As the truth began to unravel, the horror of the situation became apparent. Shivers run down your spine as you delve deeper into the enigma, and you face the terrifying theories that emerged from the investigation. The eerie silence of the convent echoes the chilling whispers of what might have happened to Sister Abigail. The odd occurrences, the inexplicable events, and the eerie sightings all pointed to a dark secret that the stone walls of the convent seemed to be guarding. Among the chilling theories, one stood out as the most plausible. It suggested that Sister Abigail's spirit was trapped, unable to find peace, and trying to communicate from beyond the grave. The theory was based on the strange happenings that followed her disappearance: flickering lights, strange sounds, and an inexplicable coldness that would suddenly envelop the convent. The theory suggested that Sister Abigail was not at rest. Her spirit was believed to be trapped in this realm, caught between the physical world and the afterlife. It was as if she was trying to tell her story, trying to reach out to us from the other side. The chilling thought that her spirit was wandering the corridors of the convent filled the air with a dread that was almost palpable. This theory was further reinforced by the numerous accounts of the other sisters. They reported hearing soft whispers in the dead of night, feeling a sudden chill, and seeing a shadowy figure resembling Sister Abigail. These accounts were so consistent and so chilling that they could not be easily dismissed. The tale of the missing nun serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes the most terrifying mysteries are those that remain unsolved. The story of Sister Abigail and the haunting of the convent is a chilling testament to this. It's a tale that sends shivers down our spines and leaves us with a lingering sense of unease. It's a story that reminds us that sometimes the most terrifying truths are the ones that we can't explain. The tale of the missing nun serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes the most terrifying mysteries are those that remain unsolved.